What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Florida State versus Clemson college basketball matchup going down Saturday, February 15th, 2025. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Great time to jump on something, whether it's a daily or long-term pass, because Saturday's college hoops card is absolutely loaded. Almost 150 games on the board. We've got a ton of action lined up. For me, the 3-day and 7-day passes are less than buying each of Saturday's daily packages individually. So make sure that you jump on board. Remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout, 15% off. We've also got products for those who make big bets and for those with big bankrolls, those looking for a VIP experience, where you're going to get things like late alert plays closer to game time, where we're going to track line movement for you, try to get you the best possible number compared to the closing line. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, text the number on the screen for more information, even if it's just to find out if it's right for you. But let's get to this one between Florida State and Clemson. And Florida State coming into this one 15-9 on the year, 14-10 against the number this season after a 72-70 win over Wake Forest in their last matchup, while Clemson comes in 20-5 on the year, 15-10 against the number this season after knocking off North Carolina 85-65 at home, avoiding the letdown after the big win over Duke. And this is going to be the first time we see Clemson on the road in about 2 weeks. And last time they were on the road, they beat NC State by double digits. Now, last time, that they had a little road trip, they had a week between games, so they beat NC State and Virginia Tech. The problem that I have for Clemson in those games is that, NC State and Virginia Tech, when you look at the ACC standings, two of the bottom, or at least sub 500 teams in conference play. But I think it just goes to tell you how bad the ACC has been this season, where there are only, out of 18 teams, 7 teams with winning records in conference play, and NC State's still, one of the worst in the conference. 2-11 in conference play. It's just not a good look for the Wolfpack this season. But the thing about Clemson is that they have been really consistent, and they beat up on North Carolina, which was a really impressive win following the win over Duke. Also have a win over Georgia Tech. They beat Pitt on the road as well. And the only loss over the last month or so on the road in conference play was to Louisville. And we all can see how well Louisville has been playing. So give full marks to the Cardinals in that regard. And now you got to give some credit to Clemson as well. And now you go take on a Florida State team that's off of back-to-back wins. They picked up a big win in terms of making a case for their tournament resume with the win over Wake Forest, and that's a win that put Wake Forest squarely back on the bubble after a couple of decent wins to sort of get themselves off of it. But now Florida State needs to keep picking up signature wins, because right now they're not in the conversation for the NCAA tournament, just with, like I said, with how poorly the ACC has represented itself this season. The closest thing to being in the tournament right now are North Carolina, who are the first 4 out, SMU, who are the first 4 out, and Pitt, who are the next 4 out. And like I said, we're talking about those teams, and those teams are, doing fairly well in conference play, with the exception of Pitt, who's 5-8 in ACC play, 14-10 overall. Even North Carolina, 14-11, 7-6 in conference play. So, Florida State's got to start making some moves. Even at 15-9, they said they've taken some questionable losses, and I think that Florida State's going to need to start stringing those together, and they'll have a great shot to do so with games up on deck against Louisville on the road, North Carolina at home. The problem for me here, though, is that even with Clemson laying points on the road here, I think that the Tigers are still the better team by a fair margin, and Clemson, like I said, has been really, really consistent. And for me with Florida State, it's simply a matter of needing to see, the Seminoles pull it off before I believe it. Clemson, the thing is they hold themselves well. They hold a lot of poise. They force turnovers. In Florida State, for being an offense that, forces a fair number of turnovers overall this season, haven't done it as much in conference play, and they don't take care of the basketball on the offensive end of the floor. Clemson forces turnovers. I think Clemson can do enough here to get themselves the win and the cover. So I'm going to lean towards Clemson laying the points on the road here, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. While you're Pickdawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.